Hello. Since most of what I've paid attention to for most of my life has been records, I'd like to point out that the British progressive rock quartet Yes once did these two lines in a song. This life's not for living, it's for fighting and for wars. No matter what the truth is, hold on to what is yours. Well, I know what the truth is now. It is the basic instructions before leaving Earth. Once you follow it and find out that it all fits and it's all true, and hey, this is real, what happens? Bingo! There's a war. There is a war. I'm a person that's always believed in peace. But it's very interesting to note that there's a war because you've heard, Eureka, I have found it. That is the basic instructions before leaving Earth. True, much of it is difficult to understand, but He, the Almighty, does not wish for us to understand everything. But imagine it resonating in the core of your very being that it's been true all along. Every day it's always the same. It's unchangeable. It's unbelievable. Some time ago I mentioned the name Billy Graham. It's important to note that he started out long before I was born, and now I'm after him. And I'll get back to him in a moment. But even longer ago than that, there was someone named Billy Sunday, who I know nothing about. It's an interesting name. He was supposed to be possibly even better. But as far as Billy Graham goes, I have never heard anybody that sounds more on track. When you listen to him, his voice is a little bit harsh, but everything he says makes perfect sense. And look how he's come and gone. It's all the same. It all fits with everyday life. Everything he's saying, it completely fits. And I mean, what I've learned recently in the last couple of days is that there's more for all of us, including myself, to be concerned about than just dying and going to hell. I see things getting worse and worse, like there really is going to be a rapture. And I too was one of these people who, like most everyone else, would be skeptical and say, well, it hasn't happened in so long. How could something like that be happening? People have been saying it's going to happen for a long time. Well, why would they be saying it's going to happen for a long time if it wasn't really going to happen? It's like the pieces of a jigsaw puzzle where everything fits together. It's the only escape that's plausible or that makes any kind of sense. I believe in a rapture fully. It's like with every passing minute, if you know something's true, it rings more and more true. If it's false, you know it is. It's because it sort of fades away. It fits so perfectly, doesn't it? I mean, it's really going to happen. And get this, God has got to be a good God, because I'm at the point in my life right now where every day and night, as I may have also stated, it's completely about being ready like it is going to happen. There's no reason anymore to not be ready, right? I mean, that's what life is now about, at least for me, and it should be for others too, you see. It's like an awakening. It's like a light bulb going off inside your head, like, bingo! It all fits, okay? There's going to be a lot of people, I myself, that are going to ridicule this. I myself cannot imagine, a trumpet sounding. We're on a spherical planet and everything. The whole thing is round. And how do you see what's happening around it when you're only on a minute part of its surface? It's interesting how the Earth is so big. He made it just so big that you can look left and look right, and maybe you see the curvature of the Earth just a little bit. But it looks pretty much flat. Isn't that interesting? But, okay, it is hard to perceive it. But it all fits. But it's all glorious news. He wants every single one of us that possibly can to be, he doesn't want the whole thing to come upon us like, oh, you weren't ready or something. No, he wants us to be ready for it. He is showing us signs. It's something you feel in the very core of your being, right? If you really study it, if you really seek him. I seek him so much. I'll stress one more time. Most of my life, I've never really understood the basic instructions before leaving Earth. Sure, our minds are blinded and everything from it. But it fits. It all makes so much sense to think this really is true. All right, Jesus really is God. Are we to fear him? Yes. But he's so wonderful. He's a wonderful God. He's so wonderful we can't even comprehend the wonderfulness. He does love us all, you know. And it's wonderful that I'm at the point of my life where that's all my life. My life has been about plenty of other things that didn't matter for a lot of it. And it's wonderful to think, what a future. Every day you're just anticipating his return. You're thinking, I'm living as good as I can. Not lying, cheating, stealing, I'm doing nothing he says not to do. You know, the best I very much can. And to think, hey, it's all about just being ready. Like, yes, I believe that all of this is true and I want to go with you. What purpose that gives life? It's great news because when you look around you, what do you see? I do see a world that looks like it is kind of drifting farther and farther and farther away from God. And acting more independently of him, you see. So technically, we're all in one class of people or another. The ones that are seeking God. And I'm telling you, I'm seeking him. And as I've said, I mean, it is great. There's nothing better. Versus going your own way. I mean, there's no comparison. It's like light and dark. He does guide our steps. It's the enemy of our souls that tries to make us think we can't believe everything it says. You know, we can believe the whole thing from cover to cover. You know, everything it says we can believe. And that's wonderful news. And we can have a faith, perhaps childlike, but we can have a faith to know, wow, this thing really is real and it's all good news. I want to go with him. Will it be in this lifetime? It probably will be. And, wow, what could be better than to go to heaven with the person that created all of this and to be on his good side? People, nothing is more important than this. We all have dreams and aspirations. You know, love interests, all this kind of thing. But I'll tell you, nothing is more important than just knowing you're seeking him and seeking heaven to get to a perfect place. Whether while you're alive with him in the clouds or if you die. But again, you may not even have to die. Imagine that. If all of this is true, and it sure seems like it fits. Like a perfect fit. Even though the word, quote, rapture, unquote, it does sound on the surface like a kind of a strange word. But I'm telling you, it seems like it fits. I'm with all these people who have been saying this for so long, years and years. It's finally resonating with me. It fits perfectly, doesn't it? I really think it does. And it's all good news, people. You want to go with him. So start thinking about him today. I'll see you the next time. And until then, may God bless. All right, bye-bye.